When you've been married for a decade, the small stuff stops mattering. Who forgot to turn off the coffee maker? Whose turn it is to wash the dishes? You build trust the way a bricklayer builds a wall. Steady, slow, and solid, one brick at a time. That's how it was with my wife, Claire. We weren't flawless, but we were dependable. Or at least, that's what I believed. Claire started a new job 6 months ago at a tech company downtown. It was supposed to be a big milestone for her. Better pay, flexible hours, a sharp team. She'd worked hard, and I was genuinely proud. At first, she came home glowing, excited about new projects and how welcoming everyone was, especially one coworker named Ryan. She mentioned him casually, like he was just another face in the office. I didn't think twice, but slowly, Ryan kept showing up in her stories. Ryan fixed the printer again. Ryan brought donuts. Ryan said he had a great sense of humor. All harmless, until suddenly it wasn't. The first time something felt off, she walked in the door with a faint blush on her cheeks. She said the team had gone out for drinks. Nothing unusual, until she added that everyone left early except her and Ryan. She said it so casually, but something in her voice didn't sit right. I didn't question her. I trusted her. A week later, I picked her up from work because her car was in the shop. She didn't notice me arriving, and I saw her laughing at something Ryan said in the parking lot. But it wasn't just laughter. It was that soft, warm laugh that used to be mine. When she finally saw me, she flinched before waving. Ryan gave a polite smile, polite but smug, like he knew something I didn't. That night, I couldn't sleep, not because I thought she'd cheated, but because I felt the ground shift beneath us. Something invisible had changed. A few days later, she got a text while we were watching TV. She angled the phone away, without realizing I noticed. I stayed silent. I just waited. The next weekend, Claire said she needed to stop by the office for a quick check. Saturday morning, I offered to take her, but she brushed it off. I'll only be an hour, she said. 2 hours later, curiosity won. I drove down, parked across the street, and waited. 15 minutes passed. Then 20. Still nothing. Then I saw them, Claire and Ryan walking out together, laughing. She wasn't carrying any work materials, and they looked far too comfortable for co-workers on a Saturday morning. I didn't confront them. I didn't even let her know I was there. I went home and waited. That night, she acted completely normal. Kissed me hello, cooked dinner, asked about my day. I played along. Once we sat down, I asked gently, "Claire, do you think Ryan likes you?" She froze mid-bite. "What do you mean?" she asked carefully. "I mean, does he flirt with you?" She sighed, rolling her eyes. "You're overthinking it. He's just friendly." Friendly. That word hung in the air like smoke. I nodded, pretending to accept it, but inside, I knew I needed to see Ryan for who he really was. That Monday, I dropped by her office unannounced with lunch. She wasn't at her desk. Ryan was. "Hey," I said, smiling as I placed 2 sandwiches on her desk. Thought I'd surprise my wife. He blinked, startled. "Oh, she's in the meeting room." "Perfect," I said. "I'll wait." He shifted, hands in his pockets. A flicker of guilt crossed his face. "So," I said casually, "you're Ryan, right? The guy who makes her laugh." He laughed nervously. "Yeah, I guess. She's great to work with." "Good," I said, stepping closer. "Because she's married, and she's loyal. I'd hate for anyone to misread that." His face drained of color. "Of course, I'd never." I smiled. "Good. Because mistakes like that tend to cost more than people expect." Just then, Claire walked in, eyes wide. "Ethan, what are you doing here?" "Bringing lunch," I said calmly, "and meeting your coworker." The silence between them told me everything I needed to know. It wasn't an affair, not yet, but it was a spark waiting for fuel. That night, I finally told her. "I saw you 2 last Saturday." I said quietly. "I saw how he looks at you and how you let him." Her eyes filled instantly. "Ethan, nothing happened." "I swear." "I know," I said, "but something was about to." She broke down crying, apologizing over and over, saying she didn't realize she was enjoying the attention. I believed her, but belief didn't erase the line that had already been crossed. Boundaries had to be rebuilt from the ground up. She quit the job a week later. Said she couldn't stay there, not after realizing how close things came. I didn't ask her to. She made that decision on her own. But Ryan didn't walk away untouched. A month later, one of Claire's old coworkers called. Apparently, Ryan tried the same friendly behavior with another married woman. This time, her husband filed an HR complaint, complete with forwarded late-night messages. HR wasn't amused. Ryan was fired within days. When I told Claire, there was no triumph in my voice, just a quiet understanding. Looks like Ryan made the same mistake twice, she whispered. No, I said, he just didn't learn the first time. Our marriage wasn't the same afterward, but in a good way. We started fresh, stripped of illusions. Trust doesn't grow back in a day. But once you've seen how easily temptation can slip through a crack, you start guarding your home from the inside out. Sometimes I think about Ryan, wondering if he ever realized how close he came to breaking something that wasn't his. But mostly, I think about Claire, how she came back stronger, more honest, and how we both learned that love isn't about avoiding tests. It's about choosing every single day not to fail them. Because when someone tries to cross a line in your marriage, the real test isn't what they do. It's how quickly the two of you make it clear they never had a chance.